Hunting season is coming to a close, but José Delotero and Jon still aren't quite ready to hit the brakes. They're leaving their home states and heading to the land of mature bucks, Legend Valley Outfitters in Ohio. Jon and Jose both know they have limited time left to hunt this season, so that's why they're going to the place that gives them the best chance possible to get their whitetail fix. Whitetail Fix is presented by Wildlife Research Center. Jose is the first of the Fix crew to arrive at Legend Valley Outfitters, and it's no surprise, he's in a ground blind, ready to get his fix.
Here it is, January 20th. First off, I want to wish my brother Tony a happy birthday. I want to thank Michael, Brad, co-owners of Legend Valley Outfitters for working their tails off. When I film my hunt, you see what José Delotero does, but you don't necessarily see what Brad and Michael do. It takes a tremendous amount of work year-around to maintain a property, from inventory to tree stands to food plots, and the list goes on and on and on and on. And they have great pieces of property and a ton of ground blinds, tree stands, hunt shacks. This is a farm they call Doyle's. I came here evening of 2 days ago, which was day one for me. Passed on a beautiful young 10-point. Second day was all rain, not much movement. Today, the temps changed from 33 down to 16, and with the wind chill, it's at -3. I got a northwest wind, not the best wind, but those are my favorites. I don't always like to hunt that perfect wind because for me it's perfect, but for the deer it's not. When you hunt those iffy winds and you're very disciplined as far as washing your clothes in second wash, spraying down, and just being very diligent about how you hunt. Don't cut corners even though it's late in the season. I'm tired. I've been to many states. I've put many hours in. I still don't cut any corners at all because I want to stack every odd in my favor. You just can't be lazy. So don't be lazy. There are a lot of deer in here, but I'm after 2 whopper jaw, 6-year-old deer. Not much on top, but you can tell it's a very big, mature whitetail. Also, the G3 buck. He's got a long left G3, bladed brow, big, mature whitetail. He was in here on the 15th, 1:30 in the afternoon. It's cold. I am patiently waiting my turn, and when it's God's will, it's God's will. I am present, willing, and able, trying to get my whitetail fix.
Jose let this young buck walk. He's waiting on one of the 2 mature shooters that Michael and Brad told him about. And before too long, one of those bucks shows up. Jose Delotero is hunting at Legend Valley Outfitters in Ohio, and the buck he was searching for has just stepped out in front of him.
Yeah, baby. Was the G3 buck. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful deer. I am blown away. I lost track at like 18 deer. Before I go any further, I need to give thanks to the Lord above. never, never option number one. So that deer's quartering to. I'm gonna hit it as tight as I can to that shoulder, but I'm pushing it too close because if you dig into that shoulder, you are gonna make it very difficult to find that deer. With that angle that he had, I know I got double lung. Beautiful shot, 27 yards, but it's not option number one. I didn't rush the shot, not at all. My boy Ernie D always says, when it's God's will, it's God's will. Our responsibility is to just practice in the off season, be the best ethical hunters we could possibly be, and when the time comes, just make the right shot. Legend Valley Outfitters, Michael, Brad, thank you so much, you guys. Yes. Had to text my boy Ernie D. Him and I, man, we have just been through it all. I love him like a brother.
From the start of the hunting season all the way to this hunt on January 20th, Jose has been hunting hard, and his hard work has paid off as he gets his fix for the second time this season.
Legend Valley Outfitters with Michael Beck running the camera for me. I just called him and he called it. Today was the day. Got a north wind. We were splitting hairs tonight, weren't we, Mike?
Big time.
But man, that's how you get these big encounters with these big deer, man. I think I lost track at like 18, 19 deer tonight, man. I can see my Luminoc.
Jose would track this buck until he could finally put his hands on this great whitetail.
Yeah, Mike. The quest for my first Ohio whitetail finally came to an end, which was just absolutely amazing.
However, when Jose finally reached his buck, he was in for quite the surprise.
Is his head buried or what?
I remember the text and the phone call. I was supposed to be down with Jose on Friday when he arrived there, and I was unable to get there until Sunday. My daughters play basketball, and I couldn't get there. I told my wife on Saturday, I said, man, I wish I was in Ohio. A text Sunday evening, Jose had killed. And he sends me a text, and that text it says, and you won't believe what happened.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. He don't look right. Oh, no.
He knocked off an antler.
Brother, are you kidding me? We got to find this other one. Oh, bro, it's right here. Right here.
Oh, nice. Nice, he hit the tree.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah,
His
he hit
body
the
must
tree.
have. Look at that. That's how I knew. I was waiting for the bladed brow and then the G3. Ooh, man. Here's my little magic trick. Boom. You know, I always knew this was going to happen to me, Mike, someday.
You're a special
And it had to happen right here, Legend Valley Outfitters. Oh my gosh, look at this though. We've waited and I've passed on some great deer here. You've got tremendous deer, Mike.
Thank you, sir.
Brother, thank you so much for working so hard. I mean, the deer show it, right?
That's right.
The deer show it. Look at this, man. Just a great shot placement. I had the Wicked Ridge Invader this evening. It was a no-brainer. I was self-filming.
Turn him, let me see the blade. How he's bladed.
Oh, he's bladed like that?
Yeah.
Well, shoot, all I gotta do is this.
Yeah, there you go.
You and I are the same, brother. We're after the maturity, right?
That's right.
He's a good, mature deer.
It don't matter what's on his head. It's what's
No,
in it.
that's right, brother. It's a game, right? A game of wits. So, thank God. Well, thank you so much for having the whole Whitetail Fix crew and allowing us to come here and get our whitetail fix, brother.
Amen, bro.
All right. Appreciate it, bro. Deer runs off and literally runs into a tree, knocks one of his antlers off. And then we start to drag this deer down the hill after we tag him, and the other side pops off. So talk about, that's a first for me.
Jose may have lost some antlers along the way, but he made a perfect shot on that buck with his Wicked Ridge crossbow. John Day is hoping that he can make some great shots of his own as he's headed to Legend Valley Outfitters to meet up with Jose.
So we're driving there, and that night it was the super moon. We literally stopped the truck going into camp and looked up and filmed it. I mean, it was just bright white eclipse red, and we pulled up to camp and we were welcomed with open arms and had an absolute ball.
With the super moon out, extreme cold in the forecast, and great property to hunt, John Day is feeling pretty good about his chances to get his whitetail fix.
Freezing cold, sub-zero temperatures, and if you had to ask for any weather in the late season, this would be it. There's a 3-mile-an-hour wind out of the west. Beautiful, beautiful day. So deer been on their feet during the day. We got some Big and J spread out in front of here, and the deer were on it yesterday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and my homeboy José Delotero tagged out on a bruiser yesterday over some Big and J. I'm hoping that I get this chance. If I don't, it's just a bonus because this place is ran perfectly with
Mike and his guys. It's unbelievable, the deer that they got here.
Got it down to a T with their cameras, their feeding system, and everything that they do. They had Big and Jay waiting on us, sitting in my blind, and I get a text from Mike, and it was basically an SOS text. Shoot on sight. If you see this deer, don't you mess around. 4 minutes, the deer walks in front of my blind. I get a text from Mike. If you see this deer, don't you mess around. 4 minutes, the deer walks in front of my blind. I just don't think in the hunting world everything just works out like that with wild game. This is not a fenced in area. This is fair chase, 100%. They work so hard that they know the system, every T-cross, every I dotted.
Yeah, for sure.
Ready? What do you say, buddy? Oh, yeah.
So what happened to you? What are the odds?
He shoots his deer and an antler falls off. So I shoot my deer with my 10-point crossbow. Perfect shot, he goes down, he's crankbaiting across the snow with his snow flying up in his face. Ran, of course, through the brush. 10 seconds, he comes back in the frame, 5 feet away from where the impact was, and he's got no antlers. You know, I'm seriously, all of a sudden I start to panic. I'm like, man, what happened? The deer that's right there don't have no antlers.
I'll run, baby. Yes. Thank you, Lord. Yes, man.
John Day made a great shot, tracked down his antlers, and now it's time to celebrate his second fix of the season.
I'm just gonna be real with y'all. I mean, stuff happens, you know? I mean, it is January 20th. You know, they're getting pretty close to losing their racks, but the season here goes till February 3rd here in Ohio. And he was getting real close. There's no blood on the end of those, and it didn't take much for him to knock that off. So it's the first time for me that this has ever happened.
Here's the kicker: out of all the years that they've been running that outfit, never have they had a deer antlers fall off.
Really?
And it happened to both of us within 2 days.
John and Jose celebrate their bucks and thank their incredible hosts.
Legend Valley Outfitters with Michael Beck and Brad Blaine are one of my most favorite places to hunt. They grew up hunting that land, and they've had these properties for many, many years. And I love that they don't necessarily get very aggressive and push those big mature deer out of that timber. So I just love their style of hunting.
I do too. They got it down to an art. It's well thought out.
I absolutely love them. I consider them very, very good friends. You always feel so welcome there. They've got a beautiful lodge, amazing property. Very blessed to be there. So a special thanks to those two guys for being who they are and welcoming the Whitetail Fix family out to Legend Valley Outfitters.
Needless to say, John and Jose made some great memories at Legend Valley Outfitters. And now, with another season coming to a close, all the guys on the Fix reflect on some of their favorite memories from the past season.
December 29th, where I was sitting on the ground, I had 8 different bucks, 6 or 8 different does, all within 15 to 70 yards.
I have to go back to New Hampshire. First time ever bear hunting, the White Mountains National Forest, and it was stunning.
The last day,
Why?
because the season sucked and it was over.
You can't tell me that your favorite part of the whole year wasn't a turkey hunt.
There you go. My most memorable hunt of the year was my turkey hunt with my good friend Jesse.
Yeah, baby.
I spent 2 weeks in Montana with John on elk hunt. Watched him shoot his first bull. It was awesome.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
You should do it sometime.
Well, I was left at home working.
Somebody's got to pay the bills.
My youngest son, he is the only one even remotely interested in hunting. So I'm fortunate there, and I had a little more time to take him this year, so we had some great hunts together.
Oh man, when my daughter recovered her buck.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, that was a moment that I've been waiting for and thought about for years, but when it happened, it was like nothing I imagined. And probably a tie for it too was 3-brow that I shot and was able to recover that with my dad. And he filmed the recovery for me, which was something that I never even would have dreamed of. But definitely that hunt with Vinny, for sure.
All the guys on the Whitetail Fix are so thankful for another great season, and they can't wait to do it all over again next year as they make more incredible memories while getting their Whitetail Fix.
Jesse, what's your most memorable moment from this past season?
My most memorable moment would be, let's start that over again since I'm having trouble saying memorable. You ready?
Whitetail Fix is presented by Wildlife Research Center.